Hello, this is wmpyr, and the other day I received a question, and the scenario was basically there was this guy who was working at a store, so he's a clerk, and the bad guy comes in and basically puts his, grabs the guy's throat and puts a gun to his head. And the question was basically, how do you get out of that? All right. And before going into like some kind of technique or something like that, I believe the important thing is to understand uh, the circumstance and have a realistic understanding of it so that you could devise a tactic. All right. And I'm going to go into kind of like a BJJ type of concept. All right. So basically, there's steps that this bad guy had to take in order to get there. So he doesn't all of a sudden like this, all right? He has to come in, he has to be very determined, he has to close the distance. If the guy is like a clerk, he's probably behind a counter. So I don't know if this guy reached over the counter or he came behind the counter, all right? I don't know if he took out the gun first, he already had the gun out, or he grabbed the throat and then took out the gun. Either way, there's a lot of steps there that you could thwart or, give some kind of resistance for each step. You don't all of a sudden end up here, okay? And if for some reason you did procrastinate or you were really caught off surprise or caught off guard or you just weren't paying attention or whatever, and this happens right here, you find yourself, oh, how did this happen? Now I got to get out of this, right? Like I said, from BJJ, if I got a person in a rear naked choke, sunk in the hooks and everything and said, okay, now get out of it. It is possible, but chances are no, they're not going to get out of it. I mean, like I said, many steps have been bypassed and you're now in a checkmate position. Very, very difficult to get out of that, So if you are doing preventative, like from the very beginning, you're careful and you're blocking their attempts and you're anticipating, and you could battle those small wars to prevent this disaster from happening. But if you're already in the disaster, then your expectations need to be very low. Okay, so for example, if someone had me in a rear naked choke and the hooks are in and everything, yes, I ultimately want to get out of it, get out of the position and all that, but in the beginning, it's just going to be survive. Don't get choked out. Just try to, stick my chin under his arm right here, protect the neck, just try to get a little bit of breather, and then maybe if I could grab onto the arm or just stay there, stay calm, and just slowly work inch by inch. It's just to survive basically. So the expectations are much lower. It's not counter the technique and get him in some kind of reverse lock or something like that. No, my expectations are very, very small at that point because the situation is so difficult. Now, if it was like as he's coming in to the store, I think he's very suspicious and I'm already aware of the guy and I see him like, reaching for something inside his pants or into his coat. It's probably a firearm. Then by that time, if I catch that, then there's a lot more that I can do. Maybe I'll grab my firearm or maybe, I'll alert someone, hey, call the cops. There's a lot more that I can do at that point because it's early. The steps, I'm catching this guy early. But the early you are, the more stuff you can do. The later you get in the sequence, all right, the less stuff that you can do. I think that's a lot more realistic of an expectation. So that's my recommendation. And as far as techniques, every style has a different answer. Every style has different techniques, and I don't think one is more right than the other. It's, whatever works for you, whatever your preference is, whatever style you're studying, whatever style you're most comfortable with. So ultimately, I think it's just a matter of convenience, but and how much work you put in. So, as far as technique goes, whatever. Style, whatever, just put in the work. But the important part is to have this kind of realistic understanding, in my opinion, this realistic concept. So thank you for listening and take care, folks.